My name is Trent Willis. I'm the immediate past president of the International Longshore and Warehouse Union Local 10, the San Francisco Bay Area Longshore Union. And we're a coast-wide union with 29 locals all up and down the coast. And we stand in solidarity with UNITE, of course, mainly because they're dock workers, but also because they're just workers in general who are absolutely, ironically, within the same fight that we're in right now. We're probably fighting some of the same employers, So I'm sure that our international officers are reaching out to the leadership there, and we're in contract negotiations also. I can't comment too much about what we're going through, but we don't have a signed contract, and our contract is expired. So that tells you pretty much what we're going through right there. I don't have to do too much adding on to that.
And these shipping companies have made billions.
Yeah, they've made billions and billions in profits. I read an article the other day where it talked about the billions in profits that the ocean carriers have made. You got to understand the difference between the ocean carriers and the terminal operators, but it's still the same industry. So the industry is profiting billions and billions of dollars, on the backs of my brothers and sisters all over the world. But then at the same time, they don't want to pay us, or don't want to improve our wages, our working conditions, retirement, and the things that we want. In response of the huge profits that they've made.
This local took support of the Liverpool dockers. They refused to cross a picket line. Liverpool dockers were fighting privatization, union busting. Seems like it never ends.
It doesn't never end. It hasn't ended since the inception of capitalism. So it's what capitalism is all about. From the times before 1865, the most oppressed and the most marginalized people have been done that way for rich corporations to gain free labor. This has all been a fight since the inception of this country. It's been a fight against free labor, and to this day you still have the people pulling on one side, and you have the 1% people who hogging up all the wealth on the other side. So they're pulling to get the labor as cheap as they can get it, if not free, and we're pulling in the other direction to get what our labor is worth. And it's worth a lot more than what we're getting for it, in particular in the United States of America. It's the labor here in supposedly the richest country in the world. The profits from that labor is going to a small class of very, very rich people who are controlling public resources, and they're controlling the government with the money that they're making off of our backs.
And they want to privatize the Port of Oakland, actually try to put in a billionaire's stadium and have the taxpayer pay for it. I mean, it seems as privatization is a major issue for the longshore.
Yeah, it's a major issue everywhere. The ILWU Local 10 is just trying to spread awareness to what's actually going on. What's going on, not only in this country but all over the world, is a run on anything that has to do with benefiting the general public or the general poor is being rejected by greed and by a certain group of billionaires. They're hogging up all of the resources of the world.
They want your port.
Say that again?
They want your port.
Yeah, they want everything. They want everything. They want all of the land, even the land that this historic hall sits on. Big business wants this land. They want to turn this land that we use for our dispatching our jobs and going to work, and we use for our historic union hall. They would love to tear this down and put a hotel here, right, for monetary gain for themselves, because we're so close to Pier 39. So it's everywhere. We're just, as people, a lot of times we concentrate on small pockets of it, but the greed is everywhere, and we got to understand that this so-called class of people wants everything. They don't just want certain things. They want everything. They want to control everything. and they wanted to hog up all of the resources of the planet. They want to control. And the only people that can stop them from doing that is the people who actually cultivate these resources, which is the worker. We are the ones that turn the resources into benefit, into profit. And we need to understand that and use our labor so that we benefit from some of the work that we do.
And this is coming on the 50th anniversary of the Durban uprising in South Africa against apartheid. They're trying to privatize the port, and they support your struggle here against privatization. It seems like this fight against slavery, really, apartheid and the whole system, is really going on globally now, and it's getting worse for working people.
Well, that's why you have all the populist movements sprouting up all over the world, because that division of racism is basically a devaluing of labor. Okay, so if I can get everybody to hate black people per se, and I can get people to believe that black people's lives aren't worth nothing, then their labor isn't worth anything. Okay, if I can get people to believe that Mexico didn't send their best, like Donald Trump said, and that the Mexicans are what did he say they were? Drug dealers and rapists. That is actively devaluing their labor, which means that then Joe Schmo, rich guy over here, can then come to this guy and say, hey, you're not worth anything. This is what I'm going to pay you. Instead of it being the other way around, where the person's saying, no, my labor is worth this much, and this is what you're going to pay me. That's why it's important for working people to organize around those tools of capitalism, like racism is one of them. You know?
And the slogan of the ILWU has been, an injury to one is an injury to all. Is that still true?
Yes, it's still true. The slogan will always be true. Okay, whether the people who are operating under the slogan continue to believe that and cherish that is another thing. Okay, so we have many unions in the United States. Not all of them are effective. Okay, we just happen to have here a set of 10 guiding principles that we go by, and as long as our membership as a whole, coast-wide, continues to honor those guidelines and principles, we should still be a strong union.